Right now, I'm going to clean my computer, desktop computer. You know why we need to maintain the cleaning of the computer? It affects the quality and the durability of the computer. So let's start right now. Okay. We need to remove this the power supply. This is a 800 watt. Uh, I mean a 600 watt power supply for this board. So right now, first we need to remove this first. So all the screws you need to remember where did you um, remove. This is very important screws. So always remember this how to put it back again. And the last and the second is you need to pull out this all the cables. Remove all the cables and from the board, also the SATA cable. So right now everything must remove. And the next one, this is the CPU fan. So I'm going to remove this. So once again, be sure the screws are, you remember always to try to forget all the screws here. Why do we need this? Because it affects once again the quality of your computer. If your computer is full of dust, so you need to maintain. Pull this out. Alright, this is the CPU fan. This is the heatsink of the CPU. This heatsink it helps to maintain um, the heat of this particular area. This is the heatsink. Okay. The work of this parts, it helps also to maintain the cool, and this particular parts is very important in this computer, um, because it helps the computer or CPU to avoid overheat. And I'm going to remove this memory also. And this is the CPU. I'm going to remove this. Alright. Be sure that you be careful to removing this to avoid the pin. There's a pin here. There are lots of pin here. This is the processor of all commands of the computer. So take care of this. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to pull out, remove also this. Once again, there's a screw here from the board. Going to remove this. Why? Because I need to clean this also. It affects the quality of the computer if your computer is so dirty. That's very important. Why we need to clean all the dust. So yesterday, the problem was the dust. That's why there's no display. So right now, it reminds me that I need to clean the computer. So that's the reminder for that problem. Yesterday is what happened. So try to remove. Be careful. And so all I need is to first is I need to brush this house. This remove all the dust. That's the only one way that the work of this stuff is to maintain the heat, or it helps to cool the system of the CPU to avoid the blades crack. And you need to clean this power supply also. This is very important. Why? These parts will be damaged if you don't clean. There's a many dust inside of this. Why? Because there is a fan. When there is a fan, there's a dust. So we need to open this. I need to open. There's a lots of dust inside, so I need to clean. So the fan I'm going to remove once again. So there are lots of dust inside. Generally, I maintain cleaning of my computer, so that once again it affects quality, to avoid the damages of the part. To swipe anything dust that you see here inside. That's very important, that the dust must be removed. Just this is a wet cloth, by the way. Be sure that you know how to put it back again, the CPU. So try to avoid wrong position of this stuff, because it causes damage if you don't know how to put it back, this memory, I mean the CPU. And be sure that you lock. Okay, so this is a thermal paste. It helps to maintain the cool of the CPU, because this part is very hot when computer is turned on. So be sure that you try to put this stuff, try to put a small amount of thermal paste. It helps to maintain the coolness of the CPU. You're going to put on the top like this. That maintains the coolness of the CPU, to avoid overheating.
And that's why my secret of this my computer that we worked so long, and this is almost 15 years ago, my computer. So imagine 15 years ago. And now let's put it in this case. Let's try to be careful. Be sure that it's fit from the holes of this board. Okay, let's put it back once again, the screws on this board. You know, my secret also is of the screws, so that the screws are magnet. You know why? Because I I have a magnet and I put it here, and that helps to magnet all the stuff like screws when I work. So I put some magnets here, and it helps to magnet all these small screws. Next one is the USB cables. These cables here will works. These cables here will works from the USB in front of the CPU. That's why be careful by doing in that part. I'm done with the USB and then cables. So again, here the I'm going to put back again this the heatsink. And be sure that this is locked. I think. There you have it. And next one is the fan. Next one is the fan from the top. In the same place. And all the screws. And be sure to lock this one. Be sure all the screws must be placed. It's the SATA cable. Ayan pa po. And same position of the CPU, I mean the power supply, and also the screws. So right now I'm going to place again this is the drive here, and the power of this drive. And the SATA cable. So the CPU fan also. And the last one is the board power. Be sure all the cables are nice to see inside of this. There's no commotion of the cables. And the last one here is the memory. Okay, let's push two sides and be sure it's locked. And there you have it. I'm done with this CPU cleaning and all the stuff. I place one by one and all the screws. So thank you very much for watching my cleaning of my CPU of my computer. Don't forget to subscribe and click the button bell. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.